been kind of going on a godlike run in a really impressive reverse 3-0 against Pharaoh. We'll have to be moving on to see if you can continue that magic run with this Donkey Kong, able to clutch it up and go into losers finals to face against Jackal. But we'll have to see what Xavier has to say about that one. It has been super strong within these brackets. A 3-1 against Sentinel, and then a 3-0 against Crimson Abe. 60%. Both of them kind of being in the same percentile ranges, so it's really up to them as Noodle needs to make something happen. But this is the problem. Those long string combos we saw that Yoshi can do, Mario can just do them in a much more linear fashion.
Right. And if we're going to talk about like the paths that these guys have taken to get to this position, I will say Noodle had quite the nightmare run. Going up against Steve, Yoshi, all these other crazy characters. Now going up against Mario. So I think if he wins this, he would rather like, he would much like against Jackal, a wolf, which is not a bad matchup for DK. Able to come back with a crazy tech on that ledge, not dying just yet, the up not coming out, able to outrange Xavier's back here. The back air was on back, catching Xavier, recovering a little bit too low, but answering back with the back air of his own, back to square one, but we're down a stock apiece.
Yeah, back to 1-1. A little bit of dangerous situation because, you know, Xavier's just like, hey, I can get my, like, you know, bread and butter combos. But now all of a sudden I have to be like, hey, I have to worry about Noodle putting me back in like that 65, 68% range that leads into a ding dong. Y'all need to stop letting DKs go to PS2 for free. I'm sorry.
True.
Wake up, everyone.
No, but I play DK, so I want this. Don't spread it, please. Okay, but nonetheless, I mean, Donkey Kong has so many good stages besides P2 as well, but you have to consider. But this also helps out Mario getting the to be able to kill, especially on a big body character like Donkey Kong. So it helps out both of these guys. I think Xavier may be thinking that this benefits him a little bit more. All it takes is for Noodle to grab you at 60%, and a ding dong is just gonna kill you on the top. So you gotta be careful if you're Xavier.
Yeah. You need to understand that, yeah, I can be able to get these combo games, but if Donkey Kong can land anything else, it could be a disaster. But basically a 0 to 93, maybe 100. We still got that remix moving on forward. Can't get too antsy, and that was a yikes of a DI. So Noodle, once again, in a very favorable position, saying, I got 114%. Oh, I'm also dead. That's not favorable. We're going to see Xavier just call it out with that forward smash.
You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta mix up. You gotta call out your, especially up against Noodle, who's so with the way that he plays this game. But I mean, Xavier with a solid JV2 in that first game, kind of utilizing his advantage a little bit, utilizing his combos. The fact that Donkey Kong is combo food. So let's see where we go into this next round. We might be going back to PS2. Yes, we are. All Noodle needs, again, the way we've seen it time and time again. He just needs one combo, just needs one grab, and all of a sudden, you're in a deficit. All of a sudden, you're losing, but you don't want to be doing all that. Yeah, okay, well.
Well, that is Smash Bros. Ultimate with Donkey Kong, for sure. But at the same time, yeah, Noodle's just like, I can just kind of threaten to take this one back, but Xavier's just having none of this one. I think what I really expected in this matchup, which, you know, Noodle doesn't really play that way, which is, you know, kind of the struggle things, is like, with DK against Mario, you have range advantage, weirdly enough. You got the tilts to work with, but Noodle doesn't believe in that. Noodle says, I'm gonna do it my own way. I want to get these nice little, you know, down specials into the up smash confirm, but the edge guard's so consistent because of how easily, you know, Noodle can be exploited on the up smash at 0%. But this is the Mario matchup. You gotta respect it out, and if you don't, if you're just gonna try to brute force your way in, it rarely leads into anything good.
Trying to go for the cape, he knew that Noodle wanted to.
You're dead.
Against the four. It's gonna be a swift 3-stock to take game number 2, and despite Noodle being up in sets, I took a quick look. It's 21-18. Xavier making it look like light work against a Noodle that's beaten A9, Pharaoh, beating some of the like ZSS and Apsara. So it's like, this is insane.
Or maybe Noodle's just like, what if I just get another reverse 3-0?
That's true. That's true. He just wants to give us content, and I can't blame him. This has been a very, very fun fun tournament, very, very fun match. Noodle's probably just like, yeah, let me show you my true power now.
Ugh. And now...
That's not,
That was a
That's
pro
not
guys
nice.
combo. Damn, bro.
IGN.
Yeah, dude, that was just like... Oh, man.
It's like
Well,
Art of Mario, what?
yeah. The Noodle finally got out. Finally gets a first... Okay, well, it was the combo string. Yeah, it was his combo string. And now
The
you're
only
dead.
one that he gets, yeah. And, woof. Xavier on a tear right now against Noodle, but part of me is like, you can't not expect this from this matchup, right? But at the same time, Xavier's playing super well against a very dangerous opponent.
Why are we mashing up? What? All right, pack it up. Pack it up, bro.
Freaking dang.
All right, down air, up air. Yay. Okay. Now watch as Noodle gets put into the blender. Up air, fair. That was less than a minute, by the way. That's a Twitch clip.
Wow.
Congratulations to Xavier, showing off exactly why this matchup is